Welcome to Zolder for the second round of the 2024 Belcar Endurance Championship. This one is held during the European Truck Racing Grand Prix in Zolder. Plenty of people, plenty of animations, and some 30 cars on the grid for this second round. It's a very nice upper trend. We currently have about 30 vehicles. We hope to reach 40 for the 24 hours, of course. But we are happy that the motorsport fans can get 30 cars again. First there is qualifying. And this is number 1 Audi of PK Carsport, driven by Bert Longin, Peter Gullings and Stinus Longin. Peter Gullings is back after being absent for the first round. And Stinus Longin puts the car on pole position.
Ben ik heel tevreden mee.
I'm very happy with this. The most important thing, of course, is always the race itself, but ultimately the pace of free practice and qualifying is there. So if luck is on our side, then things look good. This is a new car for this round, the Red Ant Racing Porsche, driven by Dirk van Rompuy and Nico Verdonk, second in qualifying.
We hebben een heel goede basis.
We have a very good base. Red Ant obviously knows what they are doing with the car. We're well integrated with the engineers and mechanics, so it's really a pleasure to work with them. This is actually part of the preparation that we do with Dirk van Rompuy, one of our driver customers, to prepare him for the 24 hours. The idea was to let him drive as much as possible, and it's easy to prepare for the 24 hours. So this is purely a practice race for him, in which we guide. This is what we do in the academy.
In de academy om in begeleiden.
The Lamborghini of Russell Racing, of course, worked on by the boys of PK Carsport. Christoph Courteyn puts the red Lamborghini on third on the starting grid, with the 56 of Q1 Track Racing in fourth. These guys finished in second after having rolled in the ultimate lap in the first round of the season. The 99 of Belgium Racing, and this is the first of the GTB cars, the tip-top Porsche of Arthur Peters and Kenny Heremans. We've built on our results of the first round of the Belcar. We're now further building a good setup, because we do have some weaker points on the car, which I will not reveal immediately, of course. But we have further worked on it, and our time in qualifying was good. In terms of setup, I think we're always working in the right direction. In the TA class, of the touring car class, it's a 747 of Nick van Pelt and Olivier Bertels who took pole position. I thought the track was getting worse because of the trucks, but I think it's more about the brakes. We have new brakes. We have different brakes on the car. We had a bit of a braking issue in the first race, so now that's why we took some new brakes, and we know the car a bit better now as well. We understand it more, and this is the result. In TB, it's the VDW car of Ron van der Water on pole. Yes, we had to do our best yesterday to achieve that time. We succeeded quite well in it. At least the track wasn't that perfect, because after the truck race, but I had a good feeling about it. And in the TC class, the smaller of the touring cars, pole position went to the BMW of Convent Racing Team.
Kwalificatie is zeer goed verlopen.
Qualifying went very well. We made the choice to do our qualifying on all tires, and it went very well, even better than expected. At the end, we hesitated about putting new tires on, but in the end, I rode outside for the last 5 minutes. I did my best to improve my time a little, and we are very happy with that time. So we'll see what the race brings, and I think it will turn out well.
We gaan zien wat de koers brengt, en ik denk wel dat dat goed gaat komen.
These are the results of qualifying for the second round of the Belgian Endurance Championship. Pole position for the Audi from PK Carsport, then it's the Red Ant Racing Porsche, followed by the Russell Racing Lamborghini, and the first of the Q1 Track Racing Porsches. A sunny Sunday in June, and it's time for the second race. 125 minutes with Bert Langin on pole position with the Audi. Next to him the Porsche of Nico Verdonk, and in third the Lamborghini of Russell Racing. Apparently the BOP works well.
Ja, ik denk het ook. Als we kijken naar de...
Yes, I think so too. If you look at qualifying, the first 6 cars within a second. And if you look even deeper in the sector times, I believe the Lamborghini was the fastest in the first sector, the Porsche in the second, and the Audi in the third. I think it will all come down to driver talent now. In fifth, the Belgian Racing Porsche. And everybody is getting ready to get underway for another 125 minutes, 80 kilometers an hour towards the light. And that looks like Nico Verdonk had a very good start there, but also Christophe Courteyn, who tries to go on the inside, but Verdonk doesn't leave him any place, and it's a spin for the Lamborghini. Will he get away with that? No, he doesn't. He's hit by one of the BMWs. I think it's the Clavers one. Let's look at it from our drone shot. A slight contact. The Lamborghini spins and is hit by the yellow and green BMW off the Clavers. What a pity for both cars, because it's the end of their race. And there's a bit of a full course yellow safety car situation now, of course, to get these cars back to the pit box. What a pity for Russell Racing. Let's look at it from Christophe Courteyn's view. He gets past Bert Langin. Then is on the inside, tries to go to the curb. Bert is thrown onto the Porsche and spun around and hit by the 88 GTB car. And that's the end of their race. Pity for Courteyn and Co.
Ik ga als eerste, de eerste links in.
I'm first to go in the first corner. Next to me is the yellow Porsche with Nico Verdonk. But he closed the door suddenly. I want to avoid contact, and which takes me on the inside on the curb. And of course there was a contact now. It's really a pity. And it's a bit strange that Nico acts like that too. He's a pro driver after all, and he says didn't see me. I don't know. I have to ask for a bit of an explanation. And then it's back to green. The real start of the race then, with Nico Verdonk now leading. There is Dylan Dedala fighting with Bert Langin in the Audi. And he goes to the outside of the Audi. He takes second place away from Bert Langin, the reigning champion. And then it's a 23 car, the yellow and blue Porsche of MM Racing, driven by the Merens family. And then the Q1 track racing Porsches, 56 and the 55, followed by the 8 of YDM Racing. Good fight there between the 55 and the number 8 Porsche. They're all close together. The speed lover Porsche is right behind them. Dylan Dedala is getting closer to Nico Verdonk. This is the fight for the lead between the two Porsches. Inside for Dedala, and Verdonk lets him go. Verdonk, of course, not really fighting for the championship. He's here to prepare for the 24 hours together with his teammate Dirk van Rompuy. So it's now the Belgian Racing Porsche leading from the red and racing Porsche and the PK Carsport Audi. Bert Langin getting closer to Nico Verdonk as well now. Getting under steam, and I think Nico Verdonk has to serve a drive-through. Indeed. That's a penalty because of speeding under full course yellow. So it's back to two cars at the front then. The Belgian Racing Audi and the PK Carsport Audi. Dylan Dedala and Bert Langin. Let's see what happens in GTB now. The tip-top racing Porsche of Peters and Hermans is leading there. We've lost one of the GTB contenders, of course, with the Clavers TCL Motorsport BMW at the start. And it looks like the tip-top car is doing a very good job here. Peters and Hermans increasing their lead over another Cayman GT4. This one, 62 of Dennis Van Wol and Julien Hody. To the G8 touring car class then. These are the two girls, Julie Kedis and Juna Jane, the Keersmaker, in the JDK BMW. the Audi of the 616 of M&D Racing. Manfred Verbeek at the wheel, fighting with the Cupra TCR of the Van den Hove family. These are fights for a top 3 position. The leading is the 747 of Olivier Bertels and Nick van Pelt, who's fighting with the Cupra as well. It looks like Van Pelt is increasing his lead. He's up to some 30 seconds at the pit stop at the driver change with Olivier Bertels. That's a good opening stint for the VP Racing Audi.
In the
beginning there was a full course yellow, and as a result we dropped to third. It also took some time to get used to the car with a full gas tank, and then we went up to third, having to fight back to second. And then the battle with the Cupra with Maxime van den Hove was really intense. It was a really fun battle. I think we actually changed position about 4 or 5 times. But in the end, after I passed them, I was able to create a nice gap. I think we're about 30 seconds ahead now, I think.
Ik denk dat we nu een 30 seconden voor staan ongeveer.
To the second of the touring car classes, the TB class. With the 35 of JJ Motorsport, the Wax family, fighting for a podium position with the 34. The colleagues of JJ Motorsport, Koen Mulder and Peter van Hoeken. But it's Ron van der Water in his VDW BMW E46 is leading. Ron is doing this race on his own. Quite a challenge. And then the smallest of the touring car categories, the TC class. One of the Convents BMWs here. Car of Rijmakers and Groen. And this is a 397 of Anders Beers and René de Koning.
Net voor de Jacques X kwam er...
Just for the Jackie X corner, I saw a Porsche coming, tried to lap me. I saw the first one, but I didn't see the second one. And we made a bit of a contact. I had to swerve a bit, but there was no damage. I was able to continue, and he was able to continue as well. So no damage. And tire damage, no, so we could continue, so all's okay. 50 car then of Convent Racing, Vincent and David Convent. And second in the TC, back to GTA then, the top class with the Q1 Track Racing Porsche of Teunkens and Van Dierendonk. He's chasing Jan Ooms and Glenn Panen, their colleagues at Q1 Track Racing in the 56. To have to take care of the YDM Racing Porsche as well of Evren Jondem and Jarne Goossens. And Nico Verdonk is trying to make up for that lost time due to the drive-through. Bert Longin still in second position, chasing the Porsche of Belgium Racing. These are the standings after 1 hour of racing. Belgium Racing leading then from PK Carsport, then Red Ant Racing and YDM Racing in fourth in front of the two Q1 Track Racing Porsches. That was the end of the first part of our report. See you after the break. Back in Zolder for the second round of the Belcar Endurance Championship 2024. We're in the TC class here in the second half of the 125 minutes race. The 397 of Anders Beers and René de Koning is leading in TC. Fighting with the Convents Racing BMW. In TB, JJ Motorsport BMW is in second, chasing Ron van der Water, increasing his lead in the 83 BMW VDW Motorsport. But there's some bad luck for the ladies. Jenna Jane de Keersmaker and Julie Kenis are out of the race.
Jullie, jij en Juna zijn gewonnen.
Julie, you and Juna are bound to had a fantastic weekend. Both set personal records in this Zolder circuit and now some bad luck. Yeah, actually, only just got out of the car, so the fact that the car is now back here is not really nice, but unfortunately, that's part of it.
Wat was er gebeurd?
What exactly happened? Well, she went off, I hit the tire stack, and the steering wheel is completely damaged. So it would take some 15 or 20 minutes to repair, and at this point in the race, I think we're going to retire the car.
We gaan opgeven.
That was one car less than in the TA class. The Cupra TCR of the Van den Hove family, still fighting for a top 3 position. This time the Cupra is having difficulties to remain ahead of the Audis. The 616 of Manfred Verbeke now in second. And leading since the start almost, Olivier Bertels and Nick van Pelt in the VP Racing Audi. In GTB, it's still a tip-top Porsche. Arthur Peterson, Kenny Harrimans, really dominating the class. And in the GTA, it's time for pit stops. Nico Verdonk will soon give the wheel of the Porsche to Dirk van Rompuy. Speed lover Porsche fighting to get into the top 5 with Rick Renmans and Wim Mulders. It's a good fight here between two Q1 track racing Porsches. Nice battle, nice sporting battle as well. The YDM Porsche in third for the moment. And in second is Bert Langin, giving the wheel of the Audi to Peter Gullings. And you hear the engine turning, and there's still some fuel going into the car. That's not really allowed. Gullings gets on the way.
We hebben met Peter zo'n magnifiek parcours gedaan.
We did such a good collaboration with Peter. I'm really happy he's here, and of course it's not an easy task for him because it's only a 25-minute stint. He has not yet driven this car in a race this year, but we coached him well, and he's a smart guy too, so I suspect it will go without a hitch. And then we'll just have to see what Steenis can do in the end. Change at Red Ant Racing as well. Nico Verdonk getting out of the car. Passing steering wheel of the yellow Porsche to Dirk van Rompuy.
Ik had een goede start.
I had a good start, and then I went into the turn 1, and I made contact on the inside. I was able to keep it straight and continue driving. And then we saw you take a drive-through penalty. What had happened? That was full course yellow. I sped up just a little too soon, the full course yellow, so yeah, too bad. But you immediately got off to a good start here, and now you hand it over to your teammate. Still a solid stint from you. Yes, car went well, and at some point the tire pressure came up a little. It's of course very, very hot, and the temperature continues to rise. But the car was consistent, stable. I thought we could hand over to Dirk as well, so it's now up to him to have fun. And here are the leaders. Dylan de Dale giving the wheel of the Belgium Racing Porsche to Jan Larijsen. Very relaxed, Dylan de Dale here. And Jan Larijsen manages to increase the lead after having taken over the wheel of the Porsche. This looks like they're going to win this one. Still have to be careful for the PK Car Sport Audi though, but this is looking good for Belgium Racing.
Ja, het ging goed.
Yes, it went well, but it almost went wrong after the start. Courteyn went spun in the Lamborghini, so for me it was left or right, and I didn't know where the car would go. I went a bit through the grass, I lost a bit of pace, but we had another such a good qualifying. Jan should have set the time, but there was a lot of traffic, and he was hindered as well. So now we're making that right, bringing the car in first, and I had a good fight with Bert, so it was fun, yeah. And the drive-through for the Audi.
Bert Langin, alles ging prima, maar...
Bert Langin, everything went fine, but then a drive-through penalty. Yeah, it's the rules. There's nothing you can do about it. your engine may not be running when doing your fueling. So, and during the driver chase, somebody pushed the starter button, so the engine started immediately. Of course, we stopped it immediately. It's the rules. You can't do anything about that. So we're still in second for the time being, and I expect that we'll stay second until the end. So, and then you have to accept that. And indeed, the Belgian racing Porsche is no longer threatened at the front of the race and wins this second round of the Belcar Endurance Championship with some 51 seconds in hand. A great win for Belgium Racing. It's a second place for the Audi of BEC Carsport in GTB. It's second position for the Porsche Cayman of Sabre Management Racing, with a magnificent win for Tip Top by NGT. In GA, VP Racing and the Audi of Olivier Bertels and Nick van Pelt takes an emphatic win, beating the competition by no fewer than 2 laps. And it's a very happy Jan Lorayson getting out of the car, taking the win.
Ja, top hè. Goh.
It's great. It was such a good revenge after the previous race. This is the icing on the cake. We really needed this to get some motivation back. So we're back. We're off for the rest of the season now. Time for the podium with Jan Ooms and Glenn Panen in third.
Jan Ooms, ja, je ziet het.
Jan Ooms, there you go. You give it your all. It pays off. Third place. Congratulations. Well, thank you. It was a fun race. Got lucky with qualifying yesterday. We had a good start. Had a bit of luck with the start too, and then there was the full course yellow for a while, and we were able to get closer. Glenn drove a super stint, and then just being able to keep the rhythm, take it easy, crawl back to the front. Perfect car, perfect race. We had some small mistakes here and there, but I think P3 is a very good result for us.
Kenny Hermans, het weekend was al perfect met die pracht.
Kenny Hermans, perfect weekend with beautiful pole position. We were able to finish it off perfectly. Victory in GTB. Yeah, that's right. That's what we both did. We both did a perfect race. It's a great pity for one of our opponents, the BMW, that he could not avoid the Lamborghini at the start, and that he went, then he hit it. But we have to deal with that. It's a pity because we would have liked to have a bit more competition, and it would be up to us, especially against the Porsche, to make our mark here. It was very important to run our own race here, to keep the tires under control and stay out of trouble today. It was not as easy as you think, with many pickups and some parts that were on the circuit. But yes, I think it was a fantastic Sunday. Nice weather and a victory. What else do you want? Maybe some fries.
Mooi weer en een overwinning. Wat wilde nog meer? Pakje friet misschien.
Nick van Pelt, proficiat, overwinning.
Van Pelt, congratulations. Victory and TA is yours. Yeah, thank you. It was a fierce battle. It was also very, very tough in the car, but still being able to take that win, that's very nice. I think that will also put us in the lead of the championship, so it's a very good day today. And all this again in 2 weeks? Yes, exactly. Francorchamps in 2 weeks. We will get to work to get the car back in shape, and then we're ready again.
Ron van der Water, proficiat.
Ron van der Water, congratulations on your win in TB. A wonderful race for you. Yeah, I drove it all by myself this time. I have some things set up for my strategy, and I was planning to do it, to give it my all in the first hour, and after an hour I would see what I was standing and control the race. And in the end it turned out well. I had a great race. It was very hot inside though, but pleasant. Really good. Congratulations, victory in TC after a hard-fought race. Yeah, it's been very exciting. There was a couple of incidents as well. A bit of luck too. The Clio had a puncture. And during the crash on the first lap, I also did a maneuver. I went from 4 to 3. So that has kind of played in our cards. And at the end, apparently, there was also a penalty for the first of the Convent BMW. That's why we were able to come first. It's a pity, but that's the race, of course. So we're very happy with first place. So let's put this new class in spotlight a bit, because this really works apparently. It's a really fun class. Yes, that's right. It's certainly a bonus for us. Last year we remained TB, and then with the new models of the 330 and the like, it was difficult to compete with a 325. While this year it's really fun class. It's also fiercely fought, so a nice battle among ourselves and the like. So yes, very nice. And that was it from the second round of the Belcar Endurance Championship 2024. See you in a couple of weeks' time when the third round is held in Spa.